The woman was shocked to discover that the paternity test report showed her daughter's biological father was a beggar. She could not accept this fact and fainted on the spot. However, the daughter was very fond of this silly father. She not only personally bathed him, but also promised to take good care of him in the future. Then, she had the butler give her father a haircut. After a makeover, the beggar had a completely new look. Seeing the man in front of her become so handsome, the woman was instantly stunned. The daughter pleaded with her mother not to drive the man away. She even suggested an alternative. If her mother didn't want the beggar as a husband, then he could be a son instead, or even just a pet dog. The woman knew exactly what her daughter truly meant. She was simply trying every possible way to keep this man around. So, the woman decided to follow her daughter's wishes, and allowed the man to stay in the house. However, she set one condition. He must obey her rules from now on. For years, she had been repelling men from getting close to her. She wondered if she had truly had a relationship with this man before. Being someone who cared greatly about cleanliness, she wanted to be absolutely certain. So she took the man to the hospital for a full-body examination. The doctor quickly completed all the tests, and confirmed that apart from an old brain injury, everything else about him was normal, especially his sexual function, which was in excellent condition. This immediately made the woman feel extremely awkward. Yet, the man clung to her like a loyal dog, which only made her even more repulsed by him. The woman's mother learned that her daughter had returned to the country, so she brought her son along to visit. She demanded that her daughter transfer the company to her brother, arguing that since her daughter was a staunch non-marriage advocate, and had only one daughter, there would be no heir to inherit the family fortune. It would be better to hand over the company's assets to her brother instead. Before the mother could finish speaking, the man suddenly ran out wrapped in a bath towel. This not only shocked the mother and brother, but also left the woman utterly dumbfounded. Sensing that things were not going well, the mother quickly left with her son. After they departed, the woman prepared to go to bed, but just as she got under the covers, the man suddenly crawled out from beneath them, saying he felt unwell. The woman gently touched his forehead, but found that he did not have a fever. The man tightly grasped her hand, hinting that she was touching the wrong place. The woman suddenly recalled the doctor's words about his excellent sexual function, and she immediately realized the man wasn't sick at all. Looking at his obedient and handsome face, a subtle fondness for him quietly arose in her heart. Early the next morning, the man took the daughter to school. Meanwhile, the woman's brother, desperate to seize the family fortune, hatched a sinister plan. He drove a car straight toward the little girl, intending to run her over. The man quickly pushed the girl out of harm's way, but was struck and thrown to the ground. In that instant, memories from 5 years ago flooded back into his mind. It turned out that this man was once the world's wealthiest billionaire. He had just sealed a groundbreaking business deal worth hundreds of billions. But this only fueled his younger brother's jealousy, driving him to attempt murder. Just as the man signed the massive contract, he received news that his wife was going into labor. He rushed to the hospital, but the moment he got into his car, a truck crashed into him. The truck had been tampered with, leaving him no way to escape. As a result, he lost his memory in the crash and became a beggar. At the same time, the woman was also sabotaged during childbirth. She completely forgot who the father of her child was. One day, the little girl happened to notice a beggar on the street, and insisted that he was her father. And so, fate unknowingly brought their family back together. Just as the father and daughter reunited, the man suffered another car accident. This time, the impact miraculously restored his memory. Not long after, he regained consciousness in the hospital. However, the woman still had no recollection of their past. To prevent unnecessary complications, the man decided to continue pretending he didn't remember anything. The woman, grateful to him for saving their daughter, promised to support him for the rest of his life. What she didn't realize was that he had already regained his memory completely.